Hi everyone, back to the grind. Back to the grind. HSK 7 through 9 vocab. So we're here. I just do 50 and I don't know. Some batches are harder than others. Here is an AI. This is Yuanbao. Oh, is it DeepSeek? Oh, if it's just DeepSeek with extra steps, then I'll just use DeepSeek. That, an all-around expert. I don't want. I'll try this. All right. Can you give me example sentences for each of these? Chinese, just the word and example. Hint. Oh, yeah, that worked. So, 混元. All right. I'm trying to familiarize myself with what AI options are around. So here's the AI. 当然, sorry, that's not the word. That's 当然，以下是每个词语及对应的简洁例句。Okay, 委婉. Yeah, 委婉 is a concept in Chinese. So it's an adjective, and um, and it's used to describe sort of indirect ways of explaining and behaving and things like this. So sometimes you want to say, oh, that person is wrong, but if you do that, they might get grumpy. So you might want to find a Weiwan method for saying that. Yeah, you kind of try to make them not lose face or something like this. Yeah, you have to be a little bit aware of this. So, like, if a Chinese person comes up to you and says, 恐怕有点困难. I'm afraid it's a little difficult. 恐怕有点困难. I'm afraid that's a little difficult. Okay, so what do you think that means? Do you think it means it's a little difficult? Because that's what I thought it meant. It means I'm not going to help you, but they're just Weiwan. Yeah. Weiwaning. They're not saying I'm not going to help you. They're just saying 有点困难. Yeah, literally it says a little bit difficult, right? But yeah, often it's used to mean I'm not going to help you. Anyway, 委婉的拒绝了邀请. Yeah, so yeah, it's a really roundabout, indirect way of talking to people. And you really have to get somewhat used to this in China. And like you read your textbook and it mentions Weiwan, this concept. And yeah, words. Oh, here's a good one for you. Like you go to a restaurant and your meal doesn't arrive. So what do you say? What do you say at the restaurant? Do you say, 你忘了我的炒饭没有来了 So yes, I don't know, 没有来 你太傻了 No, you say something like 别忘记 blah 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 别忘记 So don't forget blah blah blah. Yeah, don't forget. So this implies that the person hasn't forgotten it, right? However, the meaning is you have forgotten it. 别忘记别忘记给我回信啊 yeah, don't forget to reply. Yeah, so if you're in a restaurant and you say 别忘记我的炒饭 yeah, it implies that they forgot your 炒饭 Right? Everyone knows it means that. But you're saying, oh, don't forget, and they'll go, oh, I haven't forgotten, no worries. So you got to get used to this kind of not saying what you mean kind of thing. So if you're like me and you study all this vocabulary, You know the dictionary definitions of the word. You know exactly what that sentence means. You can probably off the top of your head give the definition of every word and give example sentences and parts of speech for every single word in a sentence. And yeah, somehow it doesn't mean that. Oh, yeah. It is incredibly challenging at times. I believe, yeah. So, yeah, one of my teachers introduced me to the concept of Weiwan. Now, in hindsight, when my teacher introduced me to the concept of Weiwan, she was telling me I am being way too direct. But she didn't want to tell me that directly. So she introduced me to the concept of Weiwan. Now, it took me years to realize, oh, she was telling me I'm being too direct and it's being interpreted as rude. I did not know this. She did not tell me this. She just introduced the concept of Weiwan in class this one time. And I'm like, yeah. She was hoping I'd pick up on that. I did not pick up on that. At least for another 2-3 years later, I realized, oh, the reason she introduced me to Weiwan is because she wants to tell me I'm being direct and she thinks I'm being rude. But she didn't tell me I'm being rude. All right. So, yeah, it is extremely hard sometimes to be able to get your meaning across. Like, yeah, just getting your meaning across and just that's what those words mean. But there's another whole layer of like you have to say it in such a way that's unoffensive. Yeah, it's incredibly hard. Um, yeah, but yeah, if your teacher in one of your classes one day comes out with Weiwan, the concept of Weiwan, they're telling you you're being rude. Yeah, you don't know this when you're a student. You just say the words and you don't realize that it's rude and so on. Yeah. Anyway, we won. Anyway, we won. We won. Is this like prestige or something like this? 他的村里很有威望. I'm not sure. That's what it says there. Prestige in English is a bit vague and also contains multiple multiple meanings. But I might have a look in the dictionary. Yeah, so the dictionary, here it is. 很高的声誉和名望. Okay, so it is just reputation in like prestige in the sense of reputation. Yeah, not in well in there are some narrow usages of prestige. Maybe I don't need to mention. All right, wei. Well, presumably it means like micro or very small or something. Wei is small, and well, that's the same character. So wei sounds like small. 风微微吹过脸庞. The 脸庞 is face or cheeks or just face. Okay. All right. Wei. So maybe it's gently here. Wei. Yeah. All right. I don't think you're meant to look up the definition of the word and understand it from an intellectual point of view. This word feels more like the kind of word you feel rather than you know, if you know what I mean. The wei, it's kind of, I don't know, it's chill and gentle and relaxing. All right. Wei wen. So, well, I don't know what this is, but wei is used in words like anwei to console. Wen. So wen can be wenti. It can also be like wen ho. So it can be like to ask and to like, I don't know, greet or say hello to. 领导前来慰问受灾群众. Right. So the wen is not to ask, it is wen ho to win, right? So it's this wen ho word is You say, give one's respects, etc. All right. So, 问候. So this 问, wait, what did I say? 问候. 慰问, 慰问. So the 慰, yeah, is 安慰的慰, basically. So basically, I'm seeing a verb where I take together, I take 安慰和问候 and sort of mush them together into this. Okay, all right. 微信, yeah, this 微信 is kind of like this one. So maybe it's 威望和信赖、信任 in that ballpark. Actually, I have it open to that page. 微信、威望和信誉. Yeah. So it's this plus 信誉. 信誉 is, I don't know how to define it. Something like, yeah, reputation. Yeah. I don't know. I don't think I want to split the hair. So it's just another word for prestige for now. I don't know. It will take me, like, I study these words, and honestly, it will take me about a year to get sufficient coverage. Like, if I have a year's worth of solid input, I may have, no, exposure is the right word. I would then get sufficient exposure to each of these words. Yeah, it would take a considerable amount of time. So for now, I mostly just want to know they exist and if there's any major traps involved. And over time, I will refine my knowledge. 老师靠公正赢得了威信. So 靠, the teacher is relying on 公正. This is being just or fair. 赢得了. So one people's, one prestige, so people would trust that teacher. 卫星, yeah, that's 卫星. What is it called? What does a 卫 in 卫星 mean? 卫. I don't know. I honestly don't know. Anyway, 卫星, there's two types of 卫星. There's 自然卫星, natural satellites, like the moon. This one's Mars one, right? Not 自然, 天然, sorry. It's not 天然. Yeah, sorry, natural satellites like the moon. 天然卫星. And artificial, is it 人为? 人为卫星, is it 人为? Oh, 人造卫星. 人造卫星. Man manufactured 卫星. Artificial satellites. I never thought about this, but if one day we discover aliens and aliens have their own satellite, will we call them 外星人? Oh, 卫星. Okay, maybe we don't need to address that bridge till we cross it. You can mentally fix that sentence as you feel. 人造卫星, 绕地球运行. 绕 meaning to go around. So man-made satellites are orbiting the Earth, and there's quite a large number of them. You can buy them as well. There's like, is it called CubeSat or something like this? Or BoxSat or something? Yeah, you can buy a little satellite. I think that, like, then the thing itself is not very expensive. It's like a computer or something, right? But getting it into space is a bit of an issue. I don't know what you would do with it. It's like, I don't know, you could live stream the Earth or something. Yeah, how much does it? 立方卫星. Okay, so it is just CubeSat. 立方卫星, CubeSat. How much do you reckon it costs? I don't know. How much does this? If I don't send it into space, how much does it cost? If I don't send it into space, how much would 立方卫星 okay, so okay, it's multiple models. So this somewhere between $1,000 to a few $1,000s. Oh, sorry, this is Meiyuan. Oh, all right. Okay, so $5,000, $20,000. Wow, this is more expensive than I thought. Okay, and higher end models are more expensive. All right. Interesting. All right, Weixing. Yeah, why do you think it's Wei? I don't know why it's Wei. Anyway, Weixing is satellite. Oh, there is a nomenclature. Like, what's the nomenclature for the like the third moon of Jupiter in Chinese? This one, yeah, 木卫二. So 木 is 木星, that's Jupiter. 卫 satellite. 二. Hang on, I said third. Hang on. Hold on. The third moon of Jupiter. Hold on. Is that the third moon of Jupiter or the second? Oh, are you telling me the order is with respect to discovery? So, wait, second. Wait, sun. No. Oh no, the AI got it wrong, right? The third moon of Jupiter, Muwei Sun. Yeah, the AI got it wrong. No, it's what you would logically think. Okay, so what would happen? What would happen if if scientists discover a new moon? Do they of Jupiter? Do they all get renamed? No, I mean in Chinese. 木卫一 IO 木卫二木卫三木卫四 All right. 木卫97 That's not in the dictionary. Well, I don't know. I honestly don't know. That's it. All right. Right. So if a scientist discovered a moon between Jupiter and Io, what would it be called? 木卫0.5. I don't know. I really don't know. No need to worry. Oh, okay. I was really stressed about that. Okay, so these are not going to change. I don't have to keep up to date with astronomical discoveries. All right. So they're not necessarily now I need to know. I need to know, like, can you list the moons of Jupiter in order of distance from Jupiter, please? Wait, 16. It is in order of discovery, isn't it? Oh, so when I asked for the third moon of Jupiter, it should be this one. Okay, so the AI wasn't faulty. My question was faulty because the third moon of Jupiter is not obvious what that is. Um, but yeah, you would normally interpret it as the third Galilean moon. Yeah, actually, no, I think that's the obvious correct answer. There's no interpretation where Muear is the third moon of Jupiter. All right. No. Wei Miming. One of the newest moons. All right. Doesn't have a name yet. All right. 木卫36. Oh, this is wild. Okay. So, Metis. So, all right. So, let's get back to. I'm getting a bit off topic, but I don't know. When you're studying, because it's such a long process, you really need to kind of, what's the word? You need to kind of take a break, have a power nap. It's such a long process that you really need to kind of, I don't know, enjoy it, find the fun. Because if you don't, you kind of just get sick of it and go, eh. So if you find something interesting, like, wait a minute, what happens if they discover another moon of Jupiter and it kind of ruins the whole pattern? Yeah. Okay. So actually, what is there a like? Is there a name? The wait, the name for the moon? Oh wow, is there really? We only have one, right? At least on this planet. Um, yeah. This naming system mirrors the one used on the planet. Yeah, but it's so D UAE. But maybe you can just say Yuliang. All right, all right, all right. Let's get back to it. Back to the grind. Back to the grind. 卫星 satellite. All right. 微型. Yeah, so 型 is like style or type or model, something like this. So 微 would be like a small style of, I don't know, something, such as a car. 这是一台微型机器. No, 相机 camera. So like a micro camera. I think you can do cars as well, right? I'm not 100% sure. 微型汽车? Yeah, 微型车. Yeah, in China you see a lot of cars like this. They're almost like motorbikes, really. um, you fit one person in, and I don't know, you block the wind and everything. You don't need a massive car most of the time. And when you have lots of people, you've got, I don't know, taxis and things. Yeah, there's also other things like 大型车, like big car, 大型车, like large model. Yeah, there's all sorts of other ones. All right, 喂养. So 喂 pertains to feeding. So if you go to the park, you might feed the ducks some bread. So 喂鸟, 喂鸭子, right? Yang refers to like breeding, raising. So 喂养. So I'm presuming this is going to refer to raising something by means of feeding. It could be like pertaining to breastfeeding. 她每天喂养流浪猫. Okay, so she feeds the 流浪猫, the stray cats. 喂养. So would you use 喂孩子? 喂孩子. What's the word for breastfeeding? It's 喂养, right? 用母乳喂养. 母乳哺育. This is like almost like a noun of breastfeed. You breastfeed. Oh, I wrote beast. All right. All right. Yeah, 试图喂他. Oh, just喂by itself. Okay, trying to breastfeed him. All right. 人们认为妇女是应该哺乳的. Okay, so this is kind of functioning as a noun. All right. Anyway, 喂养. So raising by means of feeding. So it'd be animals or infants. Yeah. 唯有. Yeah, so there's two of these characters you need to know, and as far as I know, they're interchangeable. 唯 and the other 唯, oh, 唯有. This one. I think this was the original one. 唯, oh, second tone. I feel like I should know that. And this one. I am yet to encounter. Oh, maybe in some Chongyu they're not interchangeable, but yeah, sometimes that happens. They both mean only 唯有. So it's putting the 唯 refers to turns the 有 into like uniquely has. Yeah. 唯有努力才能成功. Yeah, okay, so this 有 is an existential 有. So only if you 努力 work hard, 才能成功, only then will you succeed. Yeah, 唯有. Yeah, 我唯有希望. So I only hope. 唯有希望他永远别发现真相. I only hope she never finds the truth. My only hope is that. Yeah. 我唯有同情而已. I only have sympathy and nothing else. So there's nothing, no other emotions, etc., etc. 委员. Yeah, okay, so this word is a bit easier to begin with. 委员会. 委员会 is kind of like committee, maybe committee. So 这个委员会负责审查提案. Yeah, so this comes up a lot when you read the news and whatnot, 委员会, like the IOC for the Olympics, IOC. This one. 国际奥林匹克委员会, the International Olympic Committee. So if you read about the Olympics, you might see it in that. Okay, so 委员会 committee. Someone who's part of that committee is 委员. Yeah, right. So they kind of come together. You can't really learn those words separately. They come together. 他是政协的委员. What is 政协? Chinese People's Political Consultative Conference. Okay, it's that. Abbreviation for 中国人民政治协商会议. All right. That. So he's a committee member of this CPPCC. All right. All right. 违约. So 违, you probably know 违法 or 违规. So 违 meaning to violate. 违法 is to violate the law. 违规 is to violate the rules. What are we violating here? 约. 约 will be a contract. Yeah, right. Or a treaty or something in that ballpark. 违约. 约. Treaty? I don't know. Pact? 违约. Oh yeah, it could be 约定, a promise as well, right? 违约. Anyway, 他因违约被罚款. So he was fined for breach of contract. 伪造. Yeah, so this 伪 refers to like things that are false. 虚伪. I think we studied this one, right? 虚伪, things that are false or fabricated or phony. 造. What does 造 mean? 造 means you're making something. You are falsely making something. So it's something that is counterfeit or just fake. Yeah, an item that is fake. 警方查获一批伪造证件. So 伪造证件 would be like fake IDs and things like that. So fake in that sense. Yeah. 违章. No, I don't know what this means. Wei, it's the same way as up here. Wei, so violating. 章. So 章 has a few meanings. It can mean chapter, it can mean seal, like in a stamp kind of seal. 章, 这辆车因违章被扣. 被扣. So this coal would be like the car has been seized because it violates, I don't know, some kind of regulation. Okay, I worked it out. Young regulation. Oh, okay. So here, coal. Yeah, so the car's been taken away because it violates regulation. Okay, 违章. So it's pretty obvious if you know what those characters mean in that context. 未知数. Yeah, so this is a concept in mathematics. So, okay, 未 refers to something, it's like not or un, but you look at it from a kind of yet to be perspective, right? So, yet to be 知. So, 未知数. So, yet known number. So, this is like an unknown. So, yeah, Chinese has 变量. 变量 for variable, right? So if it changes value, but sometimes you have this 未知数. 未知数, like you have an equation and you have the 未知数 and you don't know what it is. Like, I don't know, x squared equals 4 and your 未知数 is x, right? Yeah, and you solve for x. So in English, you often say variable for both of those, but yeah, it's better to say unknown rather than variable, isn't it? Yeah, 结果仍是未知数. Okay, so this sentence is not in a maths context. Usually it's in a maths context, but it's used as like unknown variable or unknown. It's a metaphor derived from mathematics, right? Yeah, most of the time it's maths. 等式, so 等式 is an equation. 等式中的 x 和 y 都是未知数. Yeah, both unknown. So you've got two unknowns in the equation. Yeah, so usually if you have two unknowns, you'll need two equations. Yeah, so it's possible there's more than one equation in the Chinese here, right? 战争的持续时间是其中一个最大的未知数. Yeah, literally it means like unknown in mathematics. So you do see it in maths, but yeah, used figuratively, it's an unknown in war, etc., etc. Okay. All right, we already saw this character talking about phony and sham and things like this. 伪装. Yeah, 装 can sometimes refer to someone's appearance, right? Here it's 伪装, like phony appearance, or in this case, camouflage. This one, but also Oh yeah, disguise as well. 敌人伪装，成平民，潜入。Okay, so the enemy disguised themselves as a 平民, just an ordinary citizen. I don't know this one. 潜入, infiltrate. Yeah, I know the submerge one. 潜入. So there's 潜水艇. Yeah, so 潜水艇. So, or you can also, you have like 潜水 by itself, in fact, like underwater or to dive underwater. 潜水. 潜水艇, the ting is like a vessel, like a shipping vessel. So it's a underwater shipping vessel or submarine. Yeah, so 潜入 caught me a little bit by surprise. All right. But yeah, so 伪装. So this 装, it's not appearance, it is kind of adornment. Something like this. 装, yeah, adornment. Yeah, it is appearance in the sense of this and this. Yeah. So 伪装, it's a fake appearance. Yeah, it is used in the military to mean camouflage. So like you can't see them because they're the same color as everything around them, etc. etc. All right, wait. Wait. This is just your position, like your seating position. What do I need to know? Yeah. 请坐在这个位置. Please sit in this seat. Okay, there's multiple other ways of saying it. 座位. 你的座位. This one. And 位置. This one. All right. I didn't know 位置 is a word, but all right. Apparently it is. I mean, if I encountered that in the wild, I would assume that's what it meant. When. Yeah, so when. There's a few meanings. Among the meanings is 文章. Yeah, when. Yeah, got all this. I don't know which meaning we're meant to be learning here. There's a 文身. 文身 can use this one as well. 身体. 文身. Yeah. So this is it's like a separable verb, and it can mean to tattoo, but it's pretty rare. And yes, I think nowadays it's about equal for this, right? I think it's about 50-50. In the past, there was a stronger preference towards this one, but nowadays I think it's about 50-50, like between these two. All right. 英文, 中文, 文学, 文字. There's like 10,000 words you need to know with this character. Usually pertains to literature in some way. 这篇文章写得很好. All right, let's move on. When. All right, we all learn this one when we're I don't know, a very new student, because we make little jokes because we say we want to kiss the teacher instead of asking the teacher. Oh, that's so funny because we said the tone wrong. 他轻轻吻孩子的额头. Yeah. So she gently kissed the children's head. Forehead. Yeah, when. It can refer to kissing in the sense of this one, 吻合. So they're kissing in the sense of, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's consistent with, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe kissing is closely matched. I don't know. 他的个人对事情的描述 ，no， 他们个人对事情的描述 ，yeah, so their personal accounts of the event 不吻合 so not closely matched. So he says X, she says why, that kind of thing. All right. When, yeah, this is honestly, it's quite rare. You learn this when you're really early on because, yeah, you learn it very early on when you're learning tones and you want to say 我要问一个问题, the fourth tone, and this is when, to kiss. 我要问你我要问你一个问题. Yeah. 亲口. You can say this. 亲口. 亲口. Here. To kiss. 亲口. 亲口. 来亲口. All right. When. Okay, so this when refers to something that is stable, 稳定. Yeah. So it's often used as like the second part of a verb, like something like maybe like Janwen or something like this. So you add this character as the second part of a verb. So Jan meaning to stand, and if you Janwen, you're standing steady or firm, as this translation is. There's a whole bunch of other ones. Xwen. Maybe I'll find them in Pleco. All right, and when. This one, and when. Yeah, so here, this is a bit different, right? So this is an is xin the an, calm. There's also steady as well. Maybe steady and stable. In those ones, it's like it's in a stable position. And anwen is this anxin, you're calm and stable mentally. Maybe anwen. What else have we got here? Wanwen. Oh, maybe it's too rare. Wanwen. Yeah, all right. Maybe that's too rare. Too rare. Fangwen. Yeah. Fangwen. Fangwen. Huh? Fangwen. Is that not? I don't think it's hold it steady. It's placed steady, right? 她把杯子在膝盖上放稳. So yeah, so she took the cup, put it on her knee, and put it in a steady place. So she like steadied it on her knee. So yeah, so this when you often use here, after a verb. I'm not sure. Does it count as another word? Yeah. Jianwen. This one's probably not. Oh, Jianwen. Sorry, one second. I have to find the characters. Jianwen. So Jian is this one. So probably this is just so firm and steady or something like this. Jianwen. Jianwen de jishi. So firm and steady foundations. Yeah. There's probably a whole bunch of others. I don't think we need to go through every single one. So let us move on. 船身很稳. So 船身, is it, I mean, boat body is like the hull of a ship? Yeah. Well, I don't know. That's logical. It's very steady when. All right. 温差. All right. So, I mean, cha is used as a suffix meaning the difference. So, wen is wendu, right? Temperature. Wen cha will be a difference in temperature. 早晚温差很大. Yeah. What else can I say? 早晚. So often you take opposites and stick them together, and it just means A and B. So here it's 早晚, like morning and night. Morning and night, the temperature difference is big. 温差很大. 温带. Yeah, so this is a geography concept. Here's a good one. Yeah. 五代. Okay, so there's 5 days on the earth. Where's our image? Ah, here we go. So we have, does it say? Oh yeah, 温带. Okay, 北温带. So this is the northern 温带. 温带 is like temperate region. So this is the northern temperate region. I'm here in Shandong province in the northern temperate region. So 南温带. This is the southern temperate region. I'm from Melbourne, which is, yeah, also in the temperate region. 热带. I've been to like Indonesia and things. Wow, Singapore. Oh wow. Yeah, I remember that. It was really hot. Okay. So okay, 北寒带. So this would be the Arctic and 南寒带, the Antarctic. And oh yeah, you got 南极圈, that's the Antarctic Circle, and 北极圈, the Arctic Circle, and 北极, North Pole, 南极, South Pole. I believe these are poles with respect to the Earth's rotation, not magnetic poles. Right. Also, there's another concept of pole. How do you explain this? It's like perpendicular to the plane that the Earth and the Sun resides in. And I think that's the third one again. Anyway, this one is the axis. You spin along the axis. The Earth spins on the axis from the south to the North Pole. Right? That's my understanding. Oh, and you also have 热带. 热带 is the tropics, right? Tropics, huge chunk of Africa and Southeast Asia, and over here we have Latin America over on the other side. 赤道. So yeah, when I first saw 赤道, it didn't make very much sense. But then I asked about this. So there's 赤道, and there's 2 others as well. So this is the equator with respect to the Earth's rotation. There's 2 other equators. There's 白道 and 黄道. And 白道. This one. Yeah, there's 2 other equators. I'm not sure if I remember which is which though. The 赤道, which is like that's the one that the sun is in, right? Yeah. The sun is in the 赤道. Like if you extend that to a plane, it will hit the sun. 白道, which one's 白道? 白道, this one. Oh, okay, so there's one where the moon rotates around the Earth, and that plane leads to an equator on the Earth, and on the surface of the Earth, and that's 白道. And there's 黄道. I said the wrong thing, didn't I? Go back, delete. 黄道 is the one with the sun. You understand? So you've got the Earth, you've got the sun, you turn it into a plane, and the part of that plane that intersects the surface of the Earth is the 黄道. Right? That's 黄道. That's the second equator. The 赤道 is just the spin. Yeah, this is the spin. So yeah, this is the part of the Earth that moves the fastest by rotation. Yeah. So there's 3 equators in Chinese. 白道, 黄道, and 赤道. Yeah, so 赤道 is the one with respect to spin. It's the one in English, basically. Yeah, and it's the one that goes through Ecuador, which as far as I know is the Spanish word for equator. All right. All right. 温度计. I feel like you can figure out what that means by itself, right? If you're watching my videos, you know what that means. Anyway, 温度, temperature, 计. 计 is like, I don't know, calculator or something. 温度计, thermometer. 计. Do you usually use G for thermometer? I don't know. But anyway, 温度计. 医生用水银温度计测体温. Yeah, so 水银 is quicksilver. Yeah, this is the common vernacular version of gong. 汞元素 gong. So I have to find it. This one. 汞元素. Yeah. So this is the name of the element. So this is the one you see on the periodic table. But 水银. Sorry, what did I? No, 水银. This one. Water silver. Water silver. Yeah, this is mercury. But it's, I don't know. It's another way of saying it. All right. Yeah, so yeah, in the past, thermometers were made from using mercury, but mercury is poisonous. And so I think they use different things nowadays, like alcohol or something like this. Alcohol is also kind of poisonous, I guess. I mean, I wouldn't encourage you to drink it. Yeah. 稳固. So when we already discussed, pertains to things that are stable. 固 is like solid, right? Solid or strong, firm. That's a 稳固. Yeah. 稳固. So yeah, 稳固. So 地基打得很稳固. So 地基 is a base, right? Oh yeah, foundations of a building, but also a base, like a military base. It's built very 稳固, sturdy, not going to collapse because it's 稳固. 吻合. Oh, I already mentioned this one when we talked about 吻合. 数据完全吻合. Okay, so the data is completely 吻合. It's like closely consistent. This sort of, what was it? Good fit. Oh, so maybe the data, like theory and observation were closely, I don't know, fit closely together. 吻合. Yeah. So in maths, you talk about kissing circles or oscillating circles. Kissing the wrong brother. Kissing circles. Yeah. So this sort of thing. So they fit together well. So you can use this kind of kissing, this concept of kissing to like fit well together. I don't know what Descartes' theorem is. For every 4 kissing or mutually tangent circles, the radii of the circle satisfies a certain quadratic equation. All right, so if you take 4 circles and stick one in the middle, sorry, 3 circles that are all touching, stick one in the middle, then the radius is something. It satisfies a quadratic equation of some kind, and you can calculate it, presumably. All right. How did we get onto this? All right. 问号. Oh, we also discussed this one. I feel like everything we've already discussed. 问号. This is like, I don't know. In English, you might say send your regards, something like this. 问候. It's like touch base or, I don't know, ask how someone is, that kind of thing. It's a verb. 问候. Yeah, this sort of thing. So you could ask someone, you could tell someone to say, oh, send my best regards to such and such, if you're going to go see them. 问候. Yeah. So often, yeah, you might pop in and say, just 问候, just say hi, ask how they are, etc., etc. 他托人带去问候. 托人带去. 托 What do you reckon that means? I don't know what that means. Let's just focus on 问候.问候. Greetings and salutations. 她的问候, so it's a noun as well. So her greetings, 中有些许的, what is that character? 纡尊降贵. 纡尊降贵. What is this character? Winding. To show deference to someone of lower status. Condescend to deign. All right, so the condescension. Wow. So it's like showing deference is a good thing, right? To someone of lower status. Wait, show deference. Usually show deference to someone of higher status, right? Where's the definition? Towards someone, especially because they have an important position. Yeah. So if you show deference to someone of a lower position, then suddenly it's where were we? Suddenly it's condescending? No. I feel like I was always taught you should try to treat people relatively equally, as equal as possible. Yeah. Try not to think of yourself as better than others, but also don't think of yourself as worse than others to a reasonable degree. All right. So maybe I don't care. Let's move on. I've never seen this character. I have to go. I have to check the corpus though. Is it in the corpus? I don't know. This is kind of, oh, it's not in the corpus. Yeah, this corpus started off life as my study notes, and then it kind of expanded and expanded to the point where I wanted to make a list of all the Chinese characters I would probably need in my life. And after I study these Chinese characters, I can say I'm done. There is a lot, 4,568. But yeah, as you see, you is not in this list. So there are characters I do encounter from time to time that are not in this list. But at the same time, sometimes they are so obscure that I just don't care. I am incapable of caring about things that obscure. I think you need to set some healthy boundaries at some point. Anyway, 他的问候, his greetings, 亲切而友好. His greetings were 亲切, familiar, not familiar, more amiable, cordial, familiar, 熟悉. It's not 熟悉. Maybe there's another meaning for familiar that I don't know. What's the meaning of familiar? Is there a meaning? What happened? 同事. All right. Google grumpy at me. All right. 来住. Familiar. 熟悉. 通晓. This is familiar, like the topic is familiar. 随便的. Really? 随便的. I really don't think it has that meaning. 常见到的. 常听说的. So this one, regularly seen. 随便的. I don't think so. Yeah, a familiar face, a familiar building, etc. Yeah. So I think familiar here is of or pertaining to family, right? But it doesn't mean that. Oh, yeah. 亲切. In what context could 亲切 mean familiar? I don't know. Oops. I feel like I've gone down a bit of a rabbit hole. 亲切. 亲近. So 亲近 is familiar with respect to relationship. Yeah. Yeah, maybe that works. You're a familiar acquaintance or something like this. 热情关心. Yeah, this is more what I would expect. 亲切感. All right. How do we get onto this? Anyway. 文件. So when, stable, right? We know this one. No trouble there. 件. So there's a few jians. We got to watch out for this. This jian, which jian is this? This is 全件, is that right? 全件. Or is it 健全? 健全, sorry, 健全. So this is like robust or something like this. Sorry, I got way too many windows. Close, 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 close. All right. 健全. Robust sound. So the 健, is it 健康的健? I'm not sure. It is 健康的健. Oh, what am I? Oh, okay. I have to choose. Okay, so stable and healthy. 他的投资风格很稳健。投资风格, so investment style. So presumably he's after a kind of he chooses healthy investments or something like this. Stable, steady, firm. I guess it's the antonym. Yeah, actually, let's look at the antonym. So is Google still grumpy at me? Okay. 反义词. "稳健"的反义词. 极简 radical. 基于改革而进取的激进派. So it's like it's stable with a kind of long-term perspective, right? So long-term stable, you're not choosing risky investments to make a fortune. All right. 紊乱. 紊乱 is kind of like a muzzle. Bit of a schmozzle. Do you know the 成语有条不紊? 有条不紊. Yeah, let's start here. 有条. So 条 here kind of means orderly or something. 不紊. Yeah. So 不紊乱, right? Not chaotic or out of order. These words mushed together. 紊, 有条不紊. This is quite a common 成语 actually. And this 成语 is probably more common than 紊乱. But anyway, 他的作息有些紊乱. 作息. Okay, so 作 is work, 息 is rest, right? So this is your work-rest balance in your life. So his work-rest balance is totally chaotic, completely disorder. Bit of a schmozzle. I like using schmozzle. Schmozzle. All right, disordered. Okay. 文盲. Yeah, 文盲was a problem in China up until fairly recently. It's only in recent Chinese history that illiteracy, so literature blindness or illiteracy, was actually solved, or at least it's relatively solved. It's still a problem. There's still like 5% of people who are illiterate, but yeah, the vast majority of people are perfectly legitimate. Legit. I've forgotten how to speak English. Literate. All right. 我们要消除青壮年文盲. What is 青壮年? Time of one's life. Illiteracy. Yeah, 文盲, illiterate. Yeah, so China had a 扫盲. This one, 扫盲. It was like, yeah, for a few decades there was 扫盲, a whole kind of focus on wiping out illiteracy. Yeah, and it's part of the reason why we have simplified characters today. Yeah. of course, there's like 20 other things to add to that story, but okay, part of the motivation was to wipe out or at least reduce illiteracy. So Salmang. Yeah, so the Hmong here is illiteracy, not wiping out blindness. It's illiteracy. Yeah, this is, I don't know, if you look at illiteracy in China, like over time, it's like most people are illiterate until the last, I don't know, is it 50, 60, 70 years, something in that ballpark? Illiteracy in China over time. They're going to give me a plot. Maybe let's go here. Okay, so 1949, when the PRC was founded, literacy rate was 80%. Yeah, so that's 70. Hold on, let me do my maths right. It's been more than 70 years ago. Yeah, and in rural areas it's especially bad, right? And yeah, most of Chinese history is like that. Most people could not read. And it's this idea that, yeah, nowadays, I think everyone has this mental idea of a Chinese person doing gaokao and things like this. And that's a really new concept, like on a historical scale. Yeah, like, I still think illiteracy is a problem today, but oh wow, maybe it's not as bad as I thought, but completely eradicated? Really? Oh wow, okay, I didn't know that. All right. Between 1524. Okay, so there's like, yeah, youth, maybe people who are older, and I guess infants are illiterate. Yeah, among the people who you might expect to read, people who are older might still be illiterate. I met someone who was illiterate once, and she, yeah, so she'd pull out her phone and ask me to read things for her. I was like, call me by surprise. Yeah, but yeah, it happens. But it is pretty rare. And yeah, anyway, you can read about this. Chinese history. Chinese modern history. Wenmang, illiteracy. Okay, Wenping. So when here, what does when here pertain to? Here it's more like Polish. Oh, maybe it's just written. Yeah, maybe it refers to written. Ping, Pingju, right? Written evidence. So yeah, 他拿到了大学文凭. Yeah, so this is your university. Okay, different countries have different words for this. In Australia, we call it testament. This one. Testament. 证书. 及格证. Or whatever you want to call it. Testament or your diploma. I don't know. Diploma seems a bit broad. 毕业文凭. Oh, maybe it is diploma. What else is it called? It's probably like other names. You can just say certificate or something. Anyway, yeah, that's what it is. Carnegie Mellon. Congratulations to Janis Kaze, who graduated from Carnegie Mellon University, and this is Janis's 毕业文凭. Yeah, 毕业文凭. All right. Okay. Wenquan. Okay, so when, you know, warm. We saw Wendai. It's the temperate regions. Quan. Yeah, Quan is a like a source of water, like a spring or a fount. A font. Is it a font? Quan, is it? Quan. I don't know who that is. Maybe maybe I'll go Quan Shui. So this is water from a fountain. 泉水. Yeah, so fountain water. Okay, so 温泉, so warm springs or hot springs. 我们在山里泡了温泉. So 泡 would be to like, okay, literally it's like boil, right? 泡. But yeah, soak would be a better one. Oh, it's not boil. But you can 泡茶, right? You infuse the tea. You're infusing with water. Okay, you're soaking in the hot springs. Australia has Mataranka. This one. Yeah, I went there once. This is utterly amazing. Unfortunately, it's a long way away from everything. But it's one of the nicest places ever. So if you're in the area, Mataranka thermal pool or hot springs, you can call it hot springs. Yeah, that's where it is. Australia's pretty big. Yeah, I once went with my father and we drove from Melbourne all the way to Darwin. Yeah, that was a lot of driving. I was too young to drive at the time, so I didn't do it. But yeah, we stopped here, and yeah, this is one of the most amazing things ever. Yeah, so if you get a chance to go here, oh, it's so nice. There's a whole bunch of bats. Do they take photos of the bats? In the palm trees here. There's all these bats in the palm trees. Yeah, here are the bats. And on the ground there's guana, which is bat droppings. What is this? I don't know what this is. Bitter Springs? Hello. Yeah, it was really nice. Anyway, Wenchen. Wenren. Yeah, so literature person. Like literati or something. 古代文人多爱 Oh, so these are the 4 arts that people who are kind of cultured study. 琴, qi, shu, hua. Yeah, so qin, we did this one already, right? Qin referring to like zither. You get the idea. Qi would be Chinese chess, but yeah. 象棋. Shu, I believe this pertains to shufa as calligraphy, and hua is just drawing and painting and things. Yeah, so Wenren, the literati. Yeah. So someone who's got like some kind of cultured background. But yeah, 古代文人, well, these would be like famous poets and things like this, right? I don't know, whoever you want to count. Okay, 问世. Yeah, so this one is a little tricky. It's not obvious what it means from the characters. When, like to ask, but also kind of to greet, right? 世 is 世界, right? So it kind of like greets the world. Now, when you have a new product, maybe you write a new book or make a new TV series or something, it when shiz at some point. And what that means is it kind of hits the world, right? So it's like kind of says hello to the world or something. I don't know. Why is it this? I don't know. Is it 世界的世? I don't know. Anyway, 这部新作刚问世, so it just came out. Yeah. So it just hit the world. I don't know. I tend to think of it as hit the world. Like, yeah, if you say hit the world, maybe you can kind of get an approximate understanding of it. It's like, oh yeah, okay, so it newly came out. People are a bit like, oh, right. You know, I can kind of understand what you mean. All right. When shit. When warm shit. Shit refers to rooms and things. You probably know 办公室. So 办公 is office work. 办公室 is the room you do office work in. So 办公室 is office. All right. So 温室, what is a warm room? A warm room is a greenhouse, right? Okay. 花苗在温室中生长 the greenhouse. So the 花苗, so hua flowers and miao would be like sprouts or saplings or something in that ballpark. No, it'd be sprouts. Saplings are for trees, right? Hua miao, sprouts. So flower sprouts. So I'm envisaging flowers that like kind of like little bits of green out of the ground, but they'll grow and produce flowers, right? Yeah, in a greenhouse. 稳妥, 稳妥, this is entrust, right? Hold on. No. No, sorry. Let's read the example. 这个方案比较稳妥. Okay, first of all, 稳妥, dependable. 稳妥. So when stable, that makes sense in the word dependable. Or what do you think? What's the logic? Settled. 稳妥. Or is third tone. All right, so I've got room for improvement on this one, that's for sure. 稳妥. Anyway, 稳妥 referring to dependable. So this 方案 would be something like a proposal. Yeah, is dependable. All right. So, what's that? No, 稳妥. 稳妥的话题. A safe topic for conversation. 我们去透露那些在特定期间，特定时间我们可以稳妥的承担风险的信息。Okay, 承担风险的. Okay, so we kind of like safely take on risk, information that that permits us to take on risk. Safely risk. It's an oxymoron, right? It's an oxymoron. 自我矛盾. 听起来很稳妥. Okay, what is 稳妥? 虽然避免一切身体接触，以免冒犯任何人，听起来很稳妥. Okay, so in order to not offend anyone, you completely cut yourself off from everyone. Seems like a very dependable way. 但缺乏接触可能意味着人际关系中的冷淡态度和漠不关心. Might imply indifference. All right. So if you talk to people, you annoy them and they get offended. And if you don't talk to them, they think you're distanced and they get offended. All right. 无可奈何. There is no way to not offend people. 我认输了. Anyway, 稳妥. I feel like it's broader than this. So let's look it up in the dictionary. Yeah, I just went through the dictionary. I forget where we're up to. I presume it was here. 稳妥. 稳妥. The definition in the dictionary is 可靠, 妥当, the reliable and appropriate. Yeah, it's an adjective. 稳妥. It's not going to come out in my output anytime soon, so maybe I'll just leave it. Okay, 温习. Yeah, so warm study, warm practice. 考试前他认真温习 review. So is the warm, what does the warm mean? 温习 warm up? No, it's just another meaning of when. Okay, 温习. Yeah, I saw it in the dictionary just now and I'm like, what? That sounds really strange. 温习. Okay. 温馨. Yeah, 温馨. Okay, 很温馨. It just warm, but you see it on signage, so let's just look at signage. Huh? 温馨OK 温馨this one 哦 what if I put 牌子 here does it say 温馨 no it doesn't 温馨提示 yeah this 温馨提示 this is where you see it here 温馨提示 on the sign 支持定制免费设计 okay support 定制 tailoring free design all right I don't know maybe it's just an example 温馨提示 yeah 温馨提示浴室 yeah so warm reminder bathroom 欢迎光临谢谢聚顾 no 惠顾 sorry 惠顾 yeah 温馨提示 this is where I see it almost always 温馨提示 they all have it I clicked it well yeah 节约用水 so use less water or conserve the use of water 小心地滑 yeah so 地滑 here is separate from 小心 right careful don't slip on the floor yeah caution wet floor 请勿吸烟节约用纸 save paper 随手关灯 yeah so 随手 was a concept we don't really have in English it kind of implies that anyone has the authority to turn off the light. You don't have to wait for instructions or something like this. If you want to turn off the light, turn it off, kind of thing. 母婴室 so mother infant room. So I would expect people to be or infants to be fed in such a room or nappies to be changed. 男洗手间女洗手间靠近文明 all right all right 靠近 meaning to get close to someone 文明 okay so 文明 means civilization but it's used as an adjective something like to be civilized or yeah so if someone's urinating you don't want to get too close to them give them their I don't know bodily space and 被指入炉 炉 is the basket is 炉 I'm not too sure 炉 is it 炉子 is it 炉 or 楼 I'm not sure maybe it's 楼 oh it's this one 楼子 okay I got the pronunciation wrong but might as well take a little look what is the correct one 楼子 somehow I knew the tone but didn't know the it's 楼子 okay yeah 篓子 so this is basket what's the difference between 篓子 and 篮子 maybe it's just the same thing but and this is a big however yeah so in some countries you don't flush the toilet paper or at least you're not meant to 废纸 so waste paper 入篓 so you take the waste paper so after you've wiped yourself you put it in the waste paper basket right so this is 篓子 yeah anyway 温馨提示 they all have warm reminders to do this I've never seen this one gives me the giggles all right we can get rid of some of these mostly I see it on signage 家里总是很温馨 yeah it's warm in the sense of not trying to be I don't know intimidating or something yeah comfortable in the sense of chill relax nothing exciting's happening kind of thing don't stress right. 文雅 文雅 I don't know but when is like cultured ya is used in words like 优雅 and 高雅 so I'm expecting this to be an adjective that describes women and it describes them as sort of artistic and elegant or something in that ballpark Elegant and refined. Refined. Okay, that's a good word. 她的举止十分文雅. So she has a refined demeanor, a refined bearing. Okay, bearing? Yeah, these are these abstract concepts that are really hard to kind of pin down, but anyway. So 文雅, 瘟疫. 瘟疫 is something like pestilence or plague or something in this ballpark. Yeah, so you know 疫情. So 疫情 is this 疫情 is the pandemic, right? 疫情, pandemic and epidemic. Yeah, it's the same word in Chinese, right? 瘟疫. Yeah, 中世纪. So in the Middle Ages. 欧洲爆发瘟疫. So Europe, there was an explosion of pestilence, plague, the plague. And yeah, a large chunk of the European population, bring out your dead. Yeah, I don't think that's actually a real saying from Monty Python, right? 文章. Okay, so you know 文字. All right. Talking of pestilence, 文字. 蚊子. This is 蚊子, mosquito. 蚊子. What's the other one? Oh, the other one is 蚊香. So this is like a fragrant coil you can hang out to, I don't know, you can make mosquitoes go away using this coil. I don't think it's especially effective, but maybe it is. Is it like 驱蚊器 or something like that? Which 驱? Is it this 驱? 驱蚊器. I don't know. Whoops. Some sort of device. Oh, it doesn't matter. Anyway. When mosquito. 瘴. Zhang is 瘴旁的瘴. 瘴. Whoops. 瘴旁的瘴. Canopy or tent. Yeah. Tent. All right. So, what's a mosquito tent? Well, okay. 夏天睡觉要刮蚊帐. Yeah. So this is like some sort of mosquito. Yeah, mosquito tent. It's like a mosquito netting or a tent like mosquito netting. Yeah. I don't know. My understanding is if you live up high enough, you don't get mosquitoes. Like in the sense of like altitude. 稳重. So stable and 重 is heavy. I don't know. 做事一向稳重. So this is dependable, right? He's doing things very steady, earnest. Okay, not exactly what I was expecting. Anyway. 蚊子. We just saw that mosquito. It's that wen there. 蚊子. 卧. 他卧病在床. Okay, so 卧. So war has two meanings, right? 卧虎藏龙. Crouching tiger, hidden dragon. You can actually use this in Chinese, and you can use it on your HSK exam as well. It's a legit 成语. Yeah, it refers to hidden talents as well. So it's actually a useful 成语 to know, right? So you can use this on your HSK exam, and your teacher or whoever's marking it will be like, "Ooh, 成语, 10 points for Gryffindor." So yeah, you can use it. So this is crouching in the sense of crouching tiger, hidden dragon. Yeah, the other one is 卧室. 卧室, bedroom. I don't know. Crouch office. I don't know. Oh, okay. Crouch can also mean lie. Okay, so the lying room, the room in which lying takes place. All right. So what are we doing? Oh, war. Yeah, 他卧病在床. Okay, ill in bed, bedridden. Bedridden. Okay, to be honest, I didn't know this, but alright, it was pretty obvious from the characters. The only concept that involves bedrooms and sickness is like bedridden, right? So yeah. Alright. War. Yeah, so war is like a nest in the sense of a bee's nest, a bird's nest, something like that ballpark. 小猫, 小猫卷. Oh, this is curled up. Isn't this? Maybe this is an alternative way of writing it. 卷在窝里睡觉. Yeah, 窝, kind of like a nest. Yeah, there's this as well. Okay, so 卷. Oh. And where have I seen this character before? Oops. 虫子. 虫. Yeah. So these are, for the corpus I've been working on, I put, oh, it's not in here. That's really surprising. Is it in the main corpus? So sometimes there are characters like this that you mostly don't really need to know. Like, do you really need to know Yo Yan in everyday life? No, not so much. But you kind of need to know that they exist. Right? So what this means is, I made these notes to kind of note that make a mental note they exist, but it's very unlikely unless I'm specifically talking about that topic to need them. Anyway, is it in here? Oh, here. 蜷缩成球. Is that a 成语? 蜷缩. Okay, so curled up into a ball. What is something that can curl up into a ball? Oh, it's like a Firefox logo or something. Ya shan quan. Chuan shan ya chuan shan jia. Wow, that was a total schmozzle, wasn't it? All right. So they curl up into balls. This is a hedgehog, right? 刺猬, is it? 刺猬. Hedgehog. This is an armadillo. Or is it another pangolin? I'm not sure. 鲈鱼. Yeah, it's an armadillo. Are they related? They do look very similar. I don't know. They're from different continents though, right? Yeah, so this is pangolin, right? 穿山甲. Wear mountain as armor, right? 甲, yeah, so 甲 is 盔甲. So 甲 is armor, 盔 is helmet. So, yeah. So wear a mountain as a helmet? I don't know. That's what it says. All right. This is an echidna. What's echidna in Chinese? I don't know. I feel like I should know that. Echidna. All right. 针眼. 针眼位. 针眼位. Okay, so needle mole hedgehog. Needle mole hedgehog is echidna. Well, it's not exactly the most useful image of all time, in it. Anyway, where were we? Or, oh yeah. So you have different types of nests. So let's have a look at some. 蜂窝. 蜂窝. Yeah. 蜂窝. Beehive. 鸟窝. Bird's nest. There are other words for this. Different birds have different kinds of nests. I remember one time I was live streaming and I took the camera and stuck it in a bird's nest and the bird started attacking me and I ran away. Oops. Learned a lesson that day. All right. All right. War, war, there's a few others. Oh yeah. Uh, like your pit. Yeah, war. Yeah, war. Yeah, war. Yeah, armpit. Yeah, war and yeah, mao. All right. All right. And this is what else is there with war? I pushed a button. War. Layered in place. This one. Yeah, used figuratively. I don't know verb usage. 夫妻中期重度 is some kind of disease. 痘痘 and the 痘痘. I don't know. Let's move on. I don't think we need to look at everyone's year war. All right. Anyway, war. So this is just some space that is reserved for the little kitten. The kitten. All right. War pu. Pu here's second tone. War pu. War. Well, here it means lie, doesn't it? War pu. So yeah, pu. Yeah, I don't know what pu means by itself. Pu. Is it? Oh, it is just place to sleep. Okay. The war pu. It's place to sleep. Yeah, so if you take a long distance train in China, you might want a bed, and that's your war pool. Yeah, I've done it in the past, but nowadays I just fly. But there's still beds. Yeah, they're kind of convenient because if you get a good night's sleep on the train, yeah, it means you can kind of wake up the next day and not have to pay for accommodation, things like that. Mm. And yeah, people get a bit chatty on their trains. So if you want to practice your Chinese, yeah, people may be very happy to do so, but at the same time, maybe most people just, I don't know, sit there and do their thing. Yeah, yeah, you can have a little bit of a chit chat on your waffle. All right, ooh, yeah. So this ooh, is it ooh? No, ooh, fourth tone. Ooh, it means don't do something, but it's kind of disallowed. In ooh, Ian, yeah, please don't smoke. Yeah, you see it in on signage as well. I don't know. I'll just put it here. Ooh, I'll just put paid. That's what comes up. I don't know. 请勿停车. Yeah, please don't park. I mean, here is the implication. 请勿打 is it 打扰? I'm not sure. Oh, 请勿先 is that yen? Is that really yen in traditional? Violators will be fined. Blah blah blah. Really? 请勿 is it 打扰? I don't know that character. Some traditional character. 请勿停车. Yeah, you see this a lot in China, and usually people have parked right in front of the no parking signs. Yeah, 打扰, right? 请勿打扰. Please do not disturb. So you stick that on your hotel room door, and okay, in theory they will not come in and change your bed sheets, but I'm going to be honest, they will still come in and change your bed sheets. They'll completely ignore the sign. 请勿进入, please do not enter. Yeah. 请勿动手, please don't. Well, please don't 动手, move your hand, but please don't touch here. Maybe it should be 请勿出动 or something. 请勿做人. Really? Is that really a word? 请勿 yeah, 触碰, so don't touch. 请勿 what? Do not stake? Wait, what is an elephant? Is it do not? I got nothing. 重压? No, I don't recognize the character. 请勿碰触. etc., etc. Anyway, that is wu. It's telling you don't do this. What? 请 what? 非请勿进. So without invitation, do not enter. 请勿攀爬. So don't climb. 请勿高空抛物. Don't throw things from a high elevation. 请勿依靠. Don't lean against something. 请勿奔跑. No running, yeah. 请勿遛宠物. No walking pets. Yeah, actually, the Chinese implies you're not allowed to walk them. It doesn't say no pets. The English is stricter. 请勿轮滑. No roller skating. Yeah, the Chinese allows you to ice skate. Or all right, anyway. Ooh, that's what you said. Yeah, so this one is u, first tone, if I remember correctly. So 捂着耳朵，捂着眼睛，捂着，yeah, u. Oh, it's third tone. Okay, u. Sorry, I got it wrong. I got the tones wrong. U. So 捂着肚子, cover your tummy. 笑个不停. Yeah, so the ge sometimes is used. It just means duh. Like the compliment. It indicates a compliment's coming next. It's not used as a measure word. So you laugh uncontrollably without end. So 捂着肚子. So you're covering your tummy because you're laughing so hard. But yeah, usually it's 捂着耳朵. 捂着捂住什么？捂住耳朵，捂住耳朵。Yeah. 说不出话来. Yeah, don't do that. I very much recommend you never do this to a human being. Yeah, many people's just cannot breathe if you do this. Like, yeah, sure, you're going to be like, breathe out of your nose. But yeah, some people just cannot do that. They simply cannot breathe. And they start asphyxiating and go in panic mode, and bad things happen. So I very much recommend you do not interfere with people's airways. Anyway, 无助造句. All right. Construct a sentence. Yeah, 捂住. So 捂住耳朵. Yeah, or just 捂着耳朵. 捂着,也许他想要上厕所. But that's probably better as 憋着. Yeah, 捂着耳朵, 捂着嘴巴, 捂着耳朵, 捂着肚子, 捂着嘴, 还要吐. 捂着胸部, 胸口. Okay. 捂着鼻子. All right. We haven't done eyes yet. Oh, this one. 捂着眼睛. 他说捂着背影. Oh no, that's yeah. 捂着眼睛. Yeah. 捂着眼睛. You get the idea. Ooh. I feel like you've probably studied this years ago. If you're capable of watching my videos, you would have studied that years ago. It pertains to dancing. There's a few other words like 挥舞, brandishing. What's the other one? Is it? Yeah, there's a few other ones. I can't remember off the top of my head. 孩子们在广场跳舞, dancing in the square. Yeah, that's very popular in China. Ooh. Yeah, there's this one as well. Yeah, so 挥舞, brandish or wield, such as a weapon. 挥舞. That's the other one you need to know. Oh, this is just waving a flag. But okay, so it can be brandish. 挥舞武器. Let's put 武器. Yeah, so you're brandishing a weapon. Anyway, most of the time it's in 跳舞. or 舞台, like a stage. Yes, for dancing, but not. I mean, you can repurpose it for other things. All right. 无比. Yeah, so this is incomparable. So we saw two of them already, didn't we? In the previous video. 无双 is unparalleled, unmatched. 无敌, this is enemyless, but unequaled, without rival. So what's this one? This is 无比. Yeah, this is like incomparable. So 比 is 比较 or 比得上, like beaten or something like 比得上. 比得上他, like comparable to him. Yeah. All right. 无比他的勇气无比坚定. So incomparably firm, his bravery. Yeah. All right. 务必. Yeah, this one is, I find, tricky, but it's yet another way of saying you must do something. 务必. 务必按时完成任务. Yeah, this one I find really hard. I mean, first of all, there are multiple other ways of saying you must do something. This one's a relatively formal one. You might get in an office or something like this. Yeah, 务必. Yeah, 务必许个价与橱柜顶端对齐. This is not a thing, right? Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on there. 务必关上那幢大门. 那幢大门. 那扇大门. Right? Right? 那扇. Sorry, let me find. 扇子的扇. Is it not? 扇. 一扇大门. 多扇大门. Is it? Would it really be this? 每幢大门. Oh. No. 是一幢大门. 劳动. Yeah, so that's an example. That's a concrete example of it being used as a measure word for 大门. It doesn't list the measure word here. The doors. Oh, I didn't realize. All right, sorry, let's not get off topic. 务必. Yeah, must. I don't know. 务. What's the 务 there for? The B makes sense. The B is like must. 必须必要. But 务. Why is there an 务 in 务必? Let us delve. No, it's in the dictionary, but the dictionary definition is just 必须, 一定要. So yeah, I don't know what to do with this. What do I need to think? 务必. There's a synonym 务须, but the 务须. Sorry, this is listed as a synonym. 务须保密. So the 务 here is not. Yeah, you must, right? You must keep it 保密, must maintain confidentiality. Okay. So 务必. 务必. Why is there an 务? Let's go ask this AI. Okay, Huan Yuan, let's see. Let's put you to the test. Why is there 务 in this word? Great question. Oh, thanks. They always say that. You kind of get, it feels very patronizing, doesn't it? Ooh, you kind of get desensitized. Where's the answer to the question? Yep. Originally meant to be engaged in. Da, da, da. Yes. Yes. Okay. Right. Ooh, real. Okay. So ooh be. The ooh comes from like real, does it? And you should take this level of necessity as equivalent to like a task you're assigned. Duty. Okay. Something to be done. All right. I'm not sure. Is that just a plausible explanation that I can't immediately refute, or is it a correct explanation? What do you think? Is it just a plausible explanation I can't refute? I honestly don't know. Oh yeah, that's right. Wow, I go off on some tangents, don't I? You got to keep it lighthearted and fun. Otherwise, it's yeah, I don't know. It's too much of a drag. Shall we call it a video? That's the end of this batch, and I'm tired, and it's nearly a 2-hour video. Thanks everyone for watching. Remember to like, subscribe, and I will see you in some of the subsequent videos. All right, thanks everyone. TTFN.